$8 a month and get a free Roku 4-lease with our media packages. Get the speed you need with MR Systems Wireless. Call them at 935-2100. That's 935-2100 for MR Systems Wireless.
From the Heart Media Group newsroom and DeWittDailyNews.com, I'm Ben Hubbard with this expanded morning newscast. Good morning and thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Ben Hubbard. You're listening to the WHOW Morning Show. March of 2026 is the marker of a milestone for a Clinton business. On the WHOW Morning Show Monday, Clinton Save-A-Lot owner Dave Jackson told the Heart Media Group that it was March of 2016 that they broke ground on their current location.
Yeah, well, 10 years since we actually had the groundbreaking in March. And then in April, not sure the exact date, is when we actually started digging. Nelson Excavating was out there with their equipment and started digging the foundation for the store, which will be open 10 years as of November 30th of this year. So it doesn't seem possible, but here it is. It's 10 years in this location. So it's been quite a amazing journey to get to this point. Thing that I point out in my Facebook posts, I'm proud of a lot of things, but I'm just incredibly proud of the fact that this was a local building built by local businesses, and so many times businesses and government agencies in Clinton and DeWitt County, not all of them, but just too many of them, when they want to have something done, they immediately look to the outside, and instead they're tripping over contractors and qualified companies and qualified craftsmen that could do the job and support people that live in the community. And I wasn't going to let that happen. I was very focused on keeping it local. So Waters Construction was the general contractor, and we used Sessions Electric and a lot of other local people. The store was built almost 100% locally, with the exception of trades that we just did not have in Clinton, like block layers. It's a testament to these skilled folks that built this building. And if you look at it, I have people come in here to this day and they think it's brand new. But that was my goal, was to make sure at the 10-year mark, this store looked like it just opened.
An investment in the facility that has proven to be beneficial for Jackson is a generator. He indicates they recently replaced that unit, and it has been a huge asset to them since it was installed.
Our generator. I mean, I've probably been in 1,000 stores in my lifetime, and I've been in every store in Central Illinois, most of the state, and no other store except I think it's Bill's IGA in Staunton has a generator, and that was the only other store. And I actually went and visited him, and that's what prompted me to put a generator in 2011 at the old store. We moved it here, and it actually the generator had to work less to run the store when the power was out, because this building is so efficient. It was slated to be replaced this year. Well, on February 24th, they decided it had it, and it basically blew up. We're lucky it didn't literally blow up. It died on February 24th. Mm-hmm. So we already had in the works to get a new generator from CAT, and we got it installed on March 20th. So we went 24 days with no generator, which, of course, during that time we had to have a couple storms that were scary. Anyway, the generator's installed, brand new, and sitting there just waiting for the next situation, like, what we ran into last year. Our generator ran our store for 20 hours straight, and we were the only store in Clinton open. Mm-hmm. Everything was closed. And the year before, we had a 16-hour outage. Selfishly, we put this generator in so that we don't have to unload cases and then load them back up. But the other thing is, we're here to serve the community. We're open. We don't have to worry about the weather. And it's a natural gas generator, so we've got a good, fuel supply. And we just don't have to worry about, you don't have to worry about the power was out for a few hours and what's the quality of the product and been sitting in the store, not refrigerated or frozen. So we're very, very fortunate and And we put a lot of thought into installing this, and I'm very, very thankful that we did.
Jackson adds that the solar panels on top of his store have helped him keep energy costs down. A big win for his operation as energy and overhead costs have increased with minimum wage increases in recent years. A recent issue with a sewer line in Farmer City ended up working out as the city looked to address an ongoing issue. Taylor Baxter is the city administrator for the city of Farmer City and indicates that the sewer line in town had some issues they were trying to address. In what kept turning into a dead-end process, they ended up coming up with a very streamlined solution.
We have a sewer lining project and a water main replacement project happening in Farmer City on Washington Street. And when we started digging in a little bit more and televising the sewer line, there's actually concrete in the bottom of the manhole, 15 feet each direction. We're like, what in the world is like, that should not be there. So we have no clue how it got there. Regardless, it is what it is. They started chipping away at it, and it was like 2 days worth of work, and it was like 16 grand, and they're not making any progress. We're like, okay, we need to stop and figure this out. So we went out to bid for somebody to come in and actually replace the entire manhole and replace the pipe, basically 30 feet. And the company that actually won the award was Cross Construction, and they are the ones that are doing the water main replacement. So in all reality, this was a home run because they're going to be able to work on both that and the water main. Their equipment's going to be there. They're going to be able to coordinate within themselves of how to do this and what the best time frame is. So all things considered, a bad situation turned out to be pretty good. Granted, we have to spend some more money on it, $56,000, but it's going to get the job done properly. It's going to be a brand new sewer line for some of the portion of some of the worst parts, and we're moving forward with it. So,
a project in Farmer City that should see dirt moved this year is the safe route to school renovation of sidewalks along Route 54.
We have a safe route to school sidewalk project that we're doing to make it safer for kids. So that's a great thing. It's an awesome project for Farmer City. Just the next step in the project is approving the phase 2 engineering for Maurer Stutz to complete the engineering portion of the sidewalk project. One interesting thing that we had to adjust on this is amending the phase 1 agreement because there was some extra work that our engineers had to do.
Baxter returns to the WHOW Morning Show next week on Tuesday at 8:30. Get news anytime at DeWittDailyNews.com.
Paul Skowron here, CEO of Warner Hospital. Spring allergies acting up? At Warner Hospital and Health Services, we offer fast treatment to help you breathe easier and feel better fast. Quality care right here, right now. Click on our icon on DeWittDailyNews.com.
DeWittDailyNews.com is the area's leading local news source 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Get the latest local news, obituaries, police blotter, weather forecast, and more with no paywall. Head to DeWittDailyNews.com to get the local information you need to know.
From the Hart Media Group Sports Desk, IL Sports Wire, and DeWittDailyNews.com, I'm Ben Hubbard with this local sports report. In a game heard on WEZC and online at DeWittDailyNews.com, Jax Bailey broke a scoreless tie with a solo home run, then finished off a 4-run inning with an RBI double. Back 5 scoreless innings from Matthias Rudolph as Monticello beat Lincoln 5-1 in non-conference high school baseball action on Monday in Monticello. Monticello's Rudolph and Lincoln's Carson Footen traded scoreless innings into the 5th when Bailey ended the Railers' right-handers shutout with a blast to left center field to put the Sages up 1-0. Monticello took a commanding 5-0 lead in the 6th inning when Coy Williams and Bailey hit RBI doubles. The Railers got their only run in the top of the 7th when the game was out of reach. Rudolph danced in and out of trouble most of the afternoon, but finished 5 innings of shutout ball, allowing 4 hits and 4 walks. Bailey, the State Bank of Bement player of the game, was 2 for 3 with a homer, a double, and 2 RBIs. Dawson Gatros was 2 for 3 with a run scored, and Williams and Cole Bassick each finished 1 for 3. Footen went the distance for Lincoln until his home run allowed to Bailey in the 5th. The right-hander had set down 10 of 11 batters after allowing the first 2 runners of the game to reach. He struck out 1, walked 1, while permitting 5 runs on 6 hits. The Rail Splitters go to 5-3 overall. They visit Chatham-Glenwood on Tuesday. Monticello remains unbeaten at 8-0 overall. They visit Tri-Valley on Tuesday. 4 errors proved to be costly, and Limestone blanked Normal West 4-0 in non-conference high school baseball action on Monday in Normal. Ty Backman allowed 4 runs. 1 was earned in 6 innings for the Wildcats. He struck out 6, walked none, and permitted 4 hits. Backman was also 2 for 3 to lead Normal West offensively. Normal West goes to 2-3 overall. They visit Decatur MacArthur on Thursday. Miguel Vargas hit a grand slam and drove in a career-high 6 runs. Austin Hayes hammered a 3-run shot, and the Chicago White Sox beat the Miami Marlins 9-4 on Monday night for their first win of this season.
First victory of the season for the White Sox, and the first win goes to Davis Martin. A couple of long balls in this one, a 3-run shot by Austin Hayes, and a second straight game with a grand slam for the good guys. This time it was Miguel Vargas doing the blasting.
Swing and a fly ball well hit to left. It is a grand slam. Miguel Vargas in front of friends and family.
The 4th time in franchise history that the Sox have hit grand slams in back-to-back games, and the first time since the Sox did it way back in 2006 when they actually hit a grand slam in 3 straights. Can the Sox make it 3 straight games with a granny this season? I'm Jeff Meller, and I'll have your pregame coverage of White Sox and Marlins at 5 p.m. on Tuesday on the ESPN 1000 Hard Rock Casino White Sox Network.
Chicago right-handed pitcher Eric Fetty starts Tuesday against right-handed pitcher Jansen Junk in the middle of the series. Edward Cabrera pitched 6 shutout innings. Ian Happ hit a solo homer, and the Chicago Cubs beat the Los Angeles Angels 7-2 on Monday night. Cabrera allowed 1 hit and walked 1 in his Chicago debut, delighting the crowd of 36,702 on a picturesque night at Wrigley Field. The 6'5" right-hander was acquired in a January trade with Miami. Carson Kelly and Moises